Hi everyone, welcome again to Bake Your Way Kitchen. Today we're going to be doing a pasta casserole dish, to be more precise, a cream of mushroom chicken casserole. It's absolutely delicious. I think you're going to really love it. It's so easy to put together. It's just getting all the prep work and getting everything together now, and then once you get everything together and just put it all in, you just put it in the baking dish, throw it in the oven, and it's like ready in 30 minutes. It's a pretty quick recipe to make, and so we'll just get started on this. So the first thing is you're going to need a cream of mushroom, or you could use a cream of chicken even, condensed soup. And I've decided to use this Pacific Naturals food brand. The reason I'm doing that is because normally I would just pick up the Campbell's, but here's what you really got to know about those Campbell's soup is that they have MSG in it, monosodium glutamate, and I was looking for a brand that didn't have it, and Pacific Natural Foods does not have monosodium glutamate. So this is about 600 milliliters of the cream of mushroom. And so each container is about 320. I reserved about 40 to put aside because I've made this before and I figure about 600 milliliters is right. So if you can get 600 milliliters of some type of cream of mushroom or cream of chicken even, whatever works is good. It's a pretty versatile casserole dish. So you just put it in a big bowl. The next thing we're going to add is our mushrooms. Oops. And I've got about a cup, maybe about 170 grams of mushrooms. You can use any kind of mushrooms. And simply what I've done is I put it in a food processor and just saved me time from coarsely chopping it. So we're adding even more mushrooms to this dish. Okay, then we will add our milk. I'm using a 1% milk, and this is, I believe, 1.5 cups. And I'm also going to add, I always add a little bit of garlic powder, just to add a little seasoning, about a teaspoon. You could use less, you could even leave it out. And we're just going to quickly mix this together. So I'm just going to mix this, and I'll show you what it looks like when I have it all incorporated, which will be like right this second. And I'll just show you what it looks like. So that's what it looks like. I know it doesn't look all that appealing, but trust me, this dish is incredible. I've made it so many times. It's one of my favorites. It's pretty easy and quick to make. It's just throw everything in and throw it in the oven. That's why I love it so much. The next thing you're going to need is chicken. I've got about, I would say, maybe 1.25 pounds. So probably about, I would say around 540, 550 grams of chopped chicken, and this is just what I had on hand. You could use turkey, any kind of meat. I've used breast and thighs here. You could use ground chicken, ground turkey. This dish is so versatile. As long as you have about 1.25 pounds, that's what you're going to need. So you simply add it into that mixture, the mixture we just put together right now, along with your pasta. And this is about 250 grams of pasta. So that's just over 1/2 pound. You could use up to 300 grams depending on the amount of pasta you want and how saucy you want it. And now we're just going to mix this together. It's pretty easy. And you don't need to use, this is just a regular whole wheat pasta that spaghetti I'm using, or I think it's a spaghettini even. But you don't need to use this in particular. Like you could do this with penne, macaroni. You know, just work with what you got. That's pretty much what I gotta say for this recipe. That's what I love, is because you can really mix it up a lot with this recipe. So this is what you get. This is it. This is what we're putting in our casserole dish. So I have a 9x13 casserole dish, and I have preheated my oven to 350 degrees. All we're gonna do now is simply plop this in. Oh my goodness. This may not look like anything now, but just you wait. Let me just tell you, this is incredible, and I'm making sure I'm getting absolutely everything because this dish is amazing. Alright, and so now I'm just going to spread it out evenly. Now, of course, there's always one more step, and there is in this case. So we've got our pasta casserole in our baking dish, and you saw, like, we're probably running on maybe 5 minutes now. Like, this is very easy to put together. So now I've got some breadcrumbs here. You can really vary the amount you want. I'm using about 3/4 of a cup. And I've got a couple, I think maybe a tablespoon and a half of butter. And all I'm going to do is pour it over that. You could add a bit more butter to this. I just wanted to add it just a little bit, just to add a little richness. It may not even moisten them all. Actually, it's doing pretty well. So you're just going to mix this briefly. Do you see what I'm getting at? Do you see what I'm about to do? We're going to put the breadcrumbs on our 9x13, spread it on the top, which I'm going to do right now. Oh man, I cannot wait. I'm starving right now. And this is going to go in our oven for about 30 minutes. And you can vary it. Like as I've mentioned in previous videos, all ovens are different, so you might even take it out sooner, you might want to put it in a bit longer. And it also depends on how crispy it is. So I would keep watch of it. After about 15 minutes, start to keep notice and adjust, and then you can kind of determine from there how much longer you think it's going to be. But just to be careful, because you don't want it to burn. It's so good. And yeah, this is plenty. So, it's good. Don't worry, my hands are clean, and I'm serving this to my family, so they won't really care. At least they haven't said that publicly. Alright, this is it. And you saw, like, we put this together just now. And it's so quick and easy, so I'm going to go put it in the oven, and I'll show you what it looks like once it's done, and we'll take a taste. I'm really sorry, I for some reason forgot one crucial ingredient in this recipe, and it is the Parmesan. I had the 1 cup of Parmesan, so I just simply took my casserole, put it back in this bowl. I've added in the Parmesan right now. So now the breadcrumbs are going to be throughout. Now this is up to you if you want to add the breadcrumbs throughout. I was really hoping to have that crispy top. Topping would have been really nice. Oh, this is what brings it to a whole new level, adding in this Parmesan. So, I'm going to put this, it's ready to put in now. I added in a cup of Parmesan cheese that I grated. And so now here we go. So now the breadcrumbs are going to be spread out throughout my dish. But you don't need to do that. You can put it on top once you've added in the Parmesan and added all the ingredients. You just spread the breadcrumbs over the top. If you follow the method down below that I will put, I'm going to have it all in the description so you can make reference there. I apologize for that. It's still going to be delicious, so I'm not complaining. Alright, so here we go. Take 2. Alright, so I just took it out of the oven and it is sizzling and it looks fantastic. Even though we don't have the breadcrumb top, it still looks very good and it smells incredible. So I'm going to go ahead and take a taste and I'll be back in a moment. Alright, so I'll go ahead and take a taste. I'll get some of the chicken and pasta. Sorry, I can't even keep the camera focused. It's so good. That cream of mushroom really comes through, and that chicken, and the combination is fantastic. It's very good. It's very simple to make, as you can see, and very easy to put together. And you can't go wrong with this. It's absolutely delicious, and that Parmesan flavor, it's a good thing we added it in because it does make a big difference. Anyways, I hope you enjoy this recipe, and I'll see you in the next video.